Welcome to your Aligned as Fuck Life podcast, hosted by your girl, Shalvika. I am a life transformation coach, a wife, a cat mom, pure generator, Enneagram 3, Pisces sign, and helping you build an aligned as fuck life is my jam. Out in this world, we believe that there are no set rules for building a life, career, and business. That we are all unique and we should be able to embrace our uniqueness in everything we do while shedding all the rules or bullshit rules one at a time. We will talk all things mindset, manifestation, healing, energetics, rituals, success, and so much more. I believe that I can have it all and you can too. Ready for an episode that will take you one step closer to your aligned as fuck life? Let's get started. Hello and welcome to episode 15 of your Aligned as Fuck Life with Shalvika. Today's episode is called 7 Ways You Are Blocking Your Desires. And this is actually a live that I did for my Instagram account. So you may hear me greeting people, you might hear some background noise, but let me assure you, the content of this podcast is hot as fuck. Okay, without further ado, let's dive into it. We are all experts, okay, like massive experts at blocking things from coming our way. We love blocking things from coming our way. Because, that's who we are. That's how our brains are. That's how, a lot of the times, that's how we are conditioned to behave, conditioned to believe. And that's what we end up doing because that's the response that we have. That's how our egos kind of try to protect us. Yes, I have a small placard, like always, with all of my notes. So we just love blocking our desires from reaching us. And I'm also going to dive into how we really do that, just so that we can understand that. But let me, start with the first block. And the first block that we have is that we believe in lack, right? We believe that we lack something. We believe that we are not good enough. Instead of believing that I am good just the way that I fucking am, right? We believe that I am not good enough. And the minute you add that one word, right, enough after good, you are creating an entire belief of lack. When you say I'm not good enough, what you're doing is you are telling your own brain that I lack in some way, that I need to be tall enough, thin enough, rich enough, kind enough, good enough, whatever, blah, 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 like dash blank enough. What you're telling your brain is that you lack in that particular aspect. And the minute you tell your brain that, your thoughts are what turn into your beliefs, and your beliefs are what actually eventually result in your actions. So because you believe that you are not, again, blank enough, you take action from that space of lack. You take action believing that I am not blank enough. So, of course, your result, your reality is you are not good enough, thin enough, tall enough, rich enough, because your actions are very massively driven by the beliefs that you hold. So that's the first way that you're blocking your belief system. You believe that you are not blank enough. You believe in lack. The second way that you are blocking your own desires, hi Nadi, is that you think that there is not enough to go around. And a lot of us actually are brought up thinking this way, okay? A lot of us are conditioned to believe that there is a pie in the sky. And I don't know where I read this analogy, but there's a pie in the sky. There's a limited, amount of pie in the sky. So if someone else has a larger slice of the pie, it means I am not going to have enough. Right? So what happens then is the minute you see someone else excelling at something, the minute you see someone else making more money, having more clients, getting fitter, having, again, blank more than you do, you feel that I'm not going to get that now because there is a limited pie in the sky, right? Because you believe that there's not enough to go around. You know what? There is more than fucking enough to go around. There's more than fucking enough of everything to go around. This mentality of having a limited pie in the sky is outdated. It probably was true at one point in time, but we live in a world that's expansive. We live in a world where you have access to so much things, like so many things, that the belief that there is only limited resources to go around just doesn't exist. So say you see someone serving 100 clients in 3 months, and you're like, oh my God, she's getting all of my clients, and then who am I going to serve? Dude, there's like 7 fucking billion people on this earth, right? There's more than enough people for you to serve, right? So that is what is blocking your desires, because the minute you start thinking that, oh, she has served 120 people, which means I have less people to serve, which means you believe that I can't serve any more people, and then you take action according to that belief. So that is the second block that's stopping you from attracting your desires. The third block, and we all suffer from this block, okay? And I'm in no way saying that, I'm above all of these. Definitely not. Like, I'm a work in progress. But I am self-aware. I am at that point where I know that this is what I'm thinking. So I can actually take some action to course correct, right? But the third thing is comparing. The third block is comparing ourselves to others. And we all do that, especially in this world of social media. It is so damn easy to just log into an app and scroll through thinking, seeing that, this friend got engaged, this one got married, this one has a kid, this one bought a house, that one bought a car. Oh, this other business made 100K in 2 months, and this one friend made 3K in 3 days, whatever, blah, blah, blah. I mean, whatever is your pain point that you're comparing on. It's so easy. It's so accessible to compare, right? But again, when you compare, you come from a space of lack. Okay, most of our blogs today kind of tie in to coming from a space of lack, because that's how you block, because you feel that there is a scarcity of things and resources and people to go around. Because of that, you don't take the necessary action, and because of that, you don't get the desired result, right? So when you start comparing, you are coming from a space of scarcity, oh my God, she is engaged. Oh my God, she got married. So when that actually comes from a space that, when am I going to get engaged? When am I going to get married? When am I going to hit 100K month? When am I going to do that? Again, your thoughts translate into action. So instead of comparing yourself in a negative way, the next time you see yourself looking at someone and be like, oh my God, look at her, just pause, take a deep breath, and tell yourself, if she can do it, so can I, right? If she's someone who I know, I've followed her, I'm friends with her, blah, blah, blah. If she can do this, so can I, right? If she's a friend from college, if she's someone you know from college, oh my God, if she could have a 6-figure launch, I could have it too, because we are essentially the same kind of people. There's not much difference in terms of skill set. It's probably just a difference in what you actually believe in, right? So just affirm that, oh, she can do it, so can I. So that's your third block. The fourth block that is actually blocking your desires is the need to win at the expense of having fun. And I really want you to, and we are all guilty of that. I am guilty of this, right? I really want you to sit down and kind of think about this, okay? So I'm not saying that being competitive is wrong or wanting to win is wrong. Of course, there is nothing wrong with any of that. However, it is detrimental to you and the way you interact with the world if your happiness, your sense of well-being, your peace of mind, your anxiety and stress, all of this is connected to your win, right? So if you believe that I will be happy when I have, say, a six-figure launch, right? That is a problem. What's important is that you celebrate every single win that you have. What's important is that you celebrate every single day of progress, every little thing, every small inch of the nail moving is something that should be celebrated, right? So when you come from a space of attaching your sense of happiness and peacefulness to an outcome, to your prospect of winning, that is what is wrong with how you are approaching it. That is what is blocking your desires, because you are not actually acknowledging and celebrating even the smallest of your wins, right? Like one very simple example that I can take is I put up an IGTV or a live, I don't remember which one, last week or the week before that, and I checked it out after a few hours and there were only 30 views on that. Okay, there were only, hi Shruti, there were only 30 views for that video of mine, right? And I was like, oh, only 30 people looked at it. Because that's how we are trained to look at, right? Like, because, there are times when my videos reach whatever, 100, 1,000, 1,200, whatever number of people. And I was like, oh, only 30 people viewed it. But if I were to, and I have a tiny office, I don't know if you guys see, that's the extent of my office. This is my office space. What if I had 30 people right now sitting in front of me, watching me talk, right? That's a lot of fucking people. So I'm saying celebrate every single step, celebrate the smallest of progresses, celebrate even like one person showing up for your life, celebrate, I don't know, doing like one squat more than you did yesterday. It's okay if you didn't do like 5 reps, in one go, but you did one more than you did yesterday. So it's so important to celebrate every small step of the way rather than hooking your entire sense of happiness, hooking your entire sense of peace to you winning. Hey Naomi, it's so good to see you. So that is another block that is actually stopping you from getting your desired result, because you're not celebrating your progress. And one thing that, again, I think I posted this yesterday, but everything in your life compounds, okay? Every single thing. So if you were to invest like $10 every day over a period of 10 years, it'll be like some insane amount of money, even though $10 might not seem like a lot of money to you, right? So every single thing that you do in life is compounding. So celebrate that, right? Then the fifth block, the fifth way in which you are blocking all of your desires is that you fear being rejected. And all of us fear being rejected, okay? I run a coaching business. I get on sales calls with people. I get rejected all the fucking time, right? I have people saying that, oh no, I can't, this is not the right time. I can't do this right now. Whatever, all the fucking time. And the thing is, you are going to be rejected if you put yourself out there. If you take some step towards building your dream, if you take some small tiny steps, there is always going to be rejection on the cards. But how you look at it is how it actually like changes for you, right? So instead of fearing being rejected, instead of having that massive pit in your stomach every time you fear being rejected, what I want you to think about is that, you know what, this is probably not for me, right? So every time I get on the sales call and someone says this is not the right time, or we are not a right fit, this is not something that I want to do right now, it's actually good, right? It's actually good for me, because I wouldn't want to work with someone, I would want to actually like coach someone who's not ready to go full on in. I wouldn't want to actually invest my time and energy into someone who is not a hell fucking yes, right? So when that person rejects my services, they are actually creating space for a better aligned client. They are actually creating space for someone who is like, hell yes, this is what I fucking need in my life. This is what's going to change my life, right? So look at it as, every time you get rejected, look at it as the universe throwing you a sign that, you know what, this is not for you. There's something better out there. That you are being saved time and energy and efforts and money, whatever it is that you were rejected on. You're being saved those resources so that you could actually use those for something that will benefit you, or something that was meant for you so much more than, you know, the thing that rejected you. So that's the fifth block. Oh my God, I cannot read my own handwriting. Oh yes, sixth block. And again, all of us suffer from this, is having a need more mentality. And I think this again connects back to, you know, having to win all the time. But it's slightly different, because we are creatures who love, like our brains actually love being challenged more and more and more and more, right? Like incremental challenges is how we thrive. However, what ends up happening in that pursuit is that you actually never take a pause to acknowledge where you have reached. So say for example, you're a business person and your target is making $2,000 a month, right? You hit the $2,000 a month. As soon as you hit the $2,000 a month, your brain is like, okay, now next target is $3,000 a month. Then the next target is 5, then it's 10, then it's 50, then it's 100, whatever it is, right? But when do you say that, you know what, this is good enough, right? And again, I'm not saying that you shouldn't aspire more. You should aspire more. That's important to aspire more. But the minute you don't even acknowledge where you are at, and start the next pursuit, like, oh, I have this milestone, now I need the next, now I need the next, now I need the next. You are actually running on a hamster wheel. You are actually not taking even a small amount of breather to celebrate, acknowledge, and just be with what you have achieved. And that's super important. When you have a need more mentality, again, it's coming from a space of lack, because you feel like if I don't like jump in and say I need more, it means I am lacking something in life. You are not. This is a narrative that, you know, okay, let me not go down the capitalism train of thought, but this is a narrative that capitalism has given us. That you need more, that consumerism has given us. You know, I bought this dress, 2 days later, oh, how can I wear the same dress if I were to meet the same person? I need something else. It's a conditioned response that we have, and it's not really serving you. So what I want you to do today is just go sit and write down all of the things that you've achieved maybe in the past 1 month, 2 months, 3 months. And just see, acknowledge, breathe in the success and joy of having reached those stages. And for just a few minutes, just feel what it would feel like if you let go of the need more mentality. right? And the last fear that I want to talk about is fear of being judged, right? Fear of what will others think about this? What if they don't like it? What if they think I'm too expensive? What if they think I'm not good enough? Or if they think I don't have enough experience to do whatever it is that they want to do? Let me tell you something. There's always going to be people who are going to think all of those things. There are always going to be people who are going to judge you. Not because it's a reflection of who you are or your skill set, but it's a reflection of who they are, right? But what happens is when you let that fear of judgment stop you, you are actually fueling those thoughts that the others have. You are mirroring them back to those people. What's so important to understand is that, yeah, maybe you will be judged. Maybe, people will, like, I have had conversations with someone who actually came up to me and said, oh, really? This is your business? I thought it would just be it's life coaching. Like, how can that be your business? How can you call that a business, right? And if I let all of these comments, if I let any of these comments get to me, I wouldn't be here. I wouldn't be here talking to you because, well, there are a million people judging me about things. I have also gotten comments I've put up a reel once and someone texted me, hey, are you pregnant? And I'm like, no, I'm just fat, dude. That's just who I am, right? Because there are going to be people who will always judge you, and it's not because you are wrong somewhere or there is something not right with you. It is because they actually don't have what you have. They actually are lacking these areas. They probably, that woman who commented on my body, probably doesn't have the courage to show her own body in front of the camera. Right? The person who commented on my business probably doesn't have the courage to start her own business. So it's not a reflection on you or your capabilities or your ability or your abundance or your, or your powerfulness, because you are bloody powerful. It's a comment on who they are. So yeah, what do we say to them? We say, fuck them, we still do what we do. We still go ahead and shine. We still go ahead and show our magic, because that's who we are. That's who we were meant to be. That's who we need to remember, because that's who you were when you were a child. You knew how to shine unashamedly, irrespective of how ridiculous you looked, irrespective of what comments other kids passed at you, irrespective of whether you got rejected or you fell or you had mud on your face, you still did whatever the fuck you wanted. So all we need to do is we need to remember who we were for our desires to come back to us. Because remember, whatever it is that you believe is going to translate directly into the actions that you take, and your actions are going to directly result into either bringing your desires to you or not. So believe well. Remember, your belief is driving every single aspect of your life. You are worthy. You are enough. You are good just as you are. You are loved. You are powerful. And you can do whatever the fuck you want. Whatever the fuck you set your heart on. That's all I have to share today. Thank you so much for being here. And I am so, so grateful for this awesome community that I have. I will talk to you soon. Ciao. Thank you so much for tuning in today's episode. If you absolutely loved what you heard today, be sure to share it with me by leaving a review on iTunes so that I can keep the good stuff coming. And if you aren't already following me on social media, come soak up some extra inspiration and send me a hello on Instagram by searching @ShalvikaP. Also tagged in the show notes. I love and adore you so much, and I will talk to you super soon. In the meantime, continue building your most authentic and aligned as fuck life. Ciao!